What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered. Coach Rob here, Coach Jace there. Yeah, it happened. It happened.
Too early.
Yeah, too early in the season. Not too happy about it, but we're here to talk about it. So before we do a much needed crack of a beer,
Si, senor.
I was actually finishing up this one over here before we started. So for those of you who don't know, obviously we're big LSU fans over here. LSU dropped 2 out of 3 to Texas. Very sad weekend. Also a good weekend though, because I was home alone playing MLB The Show, which nobody still challenged me. I don't understand why everybody's afraid. I guess
we had a lot of downloads on the last episode, so I know people heard it.
Right, exactly. So I'm thinking, any of you old people that are listening, or older people, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend the old, but your grandchildren probably play, or your children probably play MLB The Show. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's all I'm saying. So, for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I put a challenge out last week, actually 3 weeks ago now, or 3 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yes, saying that I'm open to anyone to challenge me in MLB The Show, Diamond Dynasty match, whatever. Let's do it.
Fact.
Last episode I reinstated that, and still no challenges coming through. So doing it again. Any and everybody, come on. Y'all know where to email us. If you don't, listen to last episode. Figure it out. All right, I'm tired of it. So, speaking of tired of it, Coach, what happened?
Yeah, look, this is I don't know. I don't know what happened. What happened was it seemed like you get off to a hot start, right? You win game 1, you really shove it down their throats at their place, their first ever actually home SEC versus SEC like series, and you shove it down their throats. You really proved their point. Kind of like we said, you had said, how do you dominate the series? You go in, you win by 8 in game 1. You won by 6, won 8-2.
Right.
Right.
And so right then and there, I'm thinking,
series is over.
We fucking got this.
Well, then, we're gonna take a deeper dive into every game. Then we go to game 2, which is what everybody's scared of, is game 2, right? Nobody really trusts Ianson on the mound. I know the two here don't. But
I didn't, and then we played the game.
But we'll dive into it.
I've changed my mind a little bit.
Okay. But still going in, that's the game that we're scared of.
Absolutely. That's
right?
The mindset. Yep.
Yeah, that's the game that we're scared of. Is he on? Is he not on? We're going to see 17 strikeout Ianson, or we're going to see 3 2/3 Ianson. Which one?
Yes.
Right. And you get beat in a bad fashion. You were up 7-2 at one point. They come back, score 11, beat you 11-7 kind of deal. Like it's not a. And I feel like watching Saturday, we had zero effort essentially out there. Like nobody really looked locked in. At bats were kind of porous. Game 1, what did we do very well? We got the pitch count up, right? It was third inning. He was at 60 some odd pitches by the third inning. We got to the bullpen early. I think in the 4th they made a change in the bullpen. Maybe in the 5th they made a change. You get to the bullpen early. Well, game 3, after you take your loss, all of a sudden we're seeing guys swing at first pitch, and it's like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, I understand you're getting first pitch fastball down the middle, cool. Some first pitch changeups, but you had already got their 2 or 3 best bullpen guys Friday and Saturday. We've talked about already on Thursday that they didn't have a true number 3 guy yet to pitch on Sundays. Looks like they found him, though, if you're asking me. And you come out and you swing in first pitch after first pitch after first pitch. All of a sudden, you look up at inning 1, he's like 6 pitches in, he's out the inning. Meanwhile, Shores is 30 pitches into the first inning before he gets out of it, or 33 pitches. This dude's in the third inning, less than 30 pitches. Like, I don't. it was a very odd weekend. There were a lot of questionable decisions that we're going to talk about. You and me were talking about it. Me and my other buddy were talking about. I'm not going to question Jay. I trust Jay, but there's a lot to scratch your head at in this series, if you ask me.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. What went wrong for you? You just kind of died down in that rubber match on Sunday.
So, game 2, I just had one question, right? So why you're up at this point 6 you're let's see 5 7 to 6 at this point in the 6, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to top of 7th, you don't score any runs. Why don't we see Case and Evans?
That's the question in this game. Where was Case and Evans? And in my opinion, we waited far too late to bring Case and Evans in. I would have went to Evans as soon as you took Ware out. Right? They're in the fifth inning where Einstein loses it.
Case and Evans didn't pitch in this game.
Yeah, he didn't throw.
So he didn't come in till Sunday when we're down 5-0 already.
Right.
Why not throw your guy who you've trusted to shut games down?
Yep.
At least let him go 2. Let him go 2 here. He can go to 7th. He can go to 8th. And you throw somebody in for the 9th. You throw Rizzy in for the 9th or something. And just let him just finish the game out. And you win that game and you win the series.
I thought for sure first guy out of the pen on Saturday, depending on the situation, would have been Evans. Like right here. Right. You're up 5-2 going to the 5th inning. Bottom of the 5th. Okay. You go walk, strikeout, single, 1st and 3rd now. And then Connor Ware comes in. First pitch. Through the legs of Hernandez. One knee, tries to backhand a ball to his glove side, which should never do. Okay. Flip the glove over, palm up, and try to scoop it if you're going to try to do that because you don't want to drop in block, apparently. They don't teach that anymore.
I guess not.
With these catchers.
I don't know.
He tries to backhand, ball stays under, scoots through his legs, pass ball, guy on 3rd scores, and boom, it's 5-3, man on 2nd base, 1 out. Okay. Then you walk Baloo, who was out of his mind this weekend.
Yes.
All right. Hit a ball that I think is still going.
Yes.
All right. And then you go get Schmidt. Right there should have been Case and Evans.
Baloo was actually 0 for 4 this game.
With a walk.
So, yeah, but I'm just saying 0 for 4, like, hits, at-bats.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Well, I was talking about that real. Like every at-bat, if you watch the at-bats, though.
Yeah. The eye test is there.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Right,
he was 2-hole for a reason.
Right. Yeah.
Dude's Big 12, or what was Texas in last year? Is it Big 12?
I believe Big 12.
Big 12 player of the year last year.
Yes, Big 12.
Dude's a stud. All right. And right here for me was Case and Evans' moment. Right. It's in the 5th. I get it. It's early. Right. You want Case and Evans in the 8th and 9th. I got it. But this is where the momentum's at. This is where your game's won or lost. Right here. And sure enough, this is where the game was lost. Okay. You bring William Schmidt in, freshman, and I get this decision. I understand it completely. Right. We'll just kind of dive into game 2 and then we'll flip-flop to game 1 and 3. But yeah, I get the situation, right? Big moment on the road, SEC test here, spotlights on Saturday night, right? You want to get a William Schmidt prepared for SEC tournament. And this is a great way to do it here. But I'm doing this on Sunday because I want the series win.
Right.
Right. The series win
but
is
the way
more
he's been
important.
pitching though, I don't see a problem with bringing him in.
But
I didn't see a problem with bringing him in. But if you bring him in, you bring him in on a fresh inning.
Yeah.
Let him start the inning out fresh instead of Connor Ware going walk, oh shit, and then pulling him. I want to say it was mid at bat, probably not, but I don't remember that. No, I wasn't drinking that much yet. No, that was Friday night, dude.
No, he walked him and then he came in. But Schmidt goes fielder's choice. K. Ballou gets out at second, but we're safe at first. And then Galvan, the guy that was just absolutely, he's on fire. I mean, the hottest hitter in baseball right now, college baseball, goes tank to left field. 3-run homer.
And
All of
then-
a sudden, they got the lead 5-6.
And then Schmidt had 2 walks.
And then you go walk. Well, you go double first, then walk.
Yeah.
And then you take him out for Connor Bench. That right there, like, I got it. And Schmidt's going to get so much better for this. And he deserves the moment. I agree with you. He's been pitching well.
Yeah.
He deserved the moment. You deserve to get that experience. But at the same time, had we won Saturday and you did this on Sunday and we took the L, sure, taking the L would have sucked. But you got the series win. And that's what matters. All in all, that's what matters, is getting the series win.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what really matters. Okay. LSU dropped to number 8.
Oh, gosh.
All right. That's what matters. We cannot fall any lower. From here on out, we have to be a top 8 national seed to be able to make a strong run to go to Omaha. We have to be a top 8 national seed. Plain and simple.
The only thing that saves LSU with if you know you win, you lose, you split series, you take a series, you lose a series, whatever the case may be.
Right.
The only thing that really saves you is that you play in the SEC. The ACC took a huge hit again this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. The
I didn't know
ACC
if you wanted to get into that or not.
took a massive hit. What, the rankings? No, not yet.
No. Just say the upsets.
No,
from the
we can go
weekend
to
or
game
anything.
1 next, since we're kind of diving into game 3 or 2 here.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where I get bringing Schmidt in. I really do. It's going to prepare him for the future. I got it. It sounds great. It looks great. Whatever. Outcome, not what you wanted. It's fine. If you're going to lose the second weekend of the SEC play. Whatever. I hate losing to Texas. I hate losing to Texas. I hate losing to Texas A&M. I hate that Texas's first SEC
Away series.
Yeah, well, their first ever SEC home series, they can say they won, and it's against our Tigers. If they beat Florida this weekend at their first one, fine, whatever. They beat A&M, they beat Tennessee, whatever. But it has to be against LSU. Like, that's the part that
What
sucks.
was the stat? Texas first time beating a top 5 opponent since like 94 or some shit. It was a wild stat.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that one. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. And then you had opportunities, and you never really took advantage. You come back with Curiel in the 6th. He hits big Oppo Taco homer, gives yourself the lead again, and then from there on 7th, 8th, 9th kind of just fell apart. Walked some guys, gave up another homer. It's just one of those things where it just didn't go our way the rest of that game, and it hurts. I mean, it stings to take the loss. You never want to take a loss. It stings to take that loss in game 2. But all right, who you want to go? What game you want to do next?
Real quick, just a notable. Oh, son of a bitch! It's been since I just had it pulled up. 2021. So May 9th, 2021, when Texas went to Fort Worth and beat TCU. That's the first time they beat a top 5 opponent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not long ago, TCU was relevant.
And who was the coach?
For who?
For TCU in 2021?
Who was it?
Schlossnagel.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full circle. All comes back, and it's going to back to bite them in the ass. I hope A&M, I don't know if they play A&M or not, but I hope A&M sweeps Texas this year.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That'd be amazing, and I hope
we wouldn't even come in and talk about LSU. We just talk about that.
Yeah, I hope. I would hope. I hope that Lavalette goes 20 for 20
with 20 homers.
Well, not doable. Okay, 20 for 20 in a series is outstanding. Who the hell? My dad's FaceTiming me right now.
Oh, nice. I think you should answer. Put him in.
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. Let me do this. Let me get. Good thing I got my.
What Coach Rob? Oh,
Shit, I
just
missed
hung
it.
up.
I missed it.
I was about to say, why you do that? Look,
I don't know why the fuck he's FaceTiming me though. That's different.
another thing for game 2 that I just want to talk about.
Can I FaceTime him back?
Yeah, go ahead. LSU. Here's a big key here. In game 2, 7 walks. That's a lot.
Yeah.
3 of those 7 scored. You only had 7 strikeouts compared to game 1. Let's mix it up and get happy for a little bit. Talk game 1.
Hold on. Hey. Hold on.
You're on the podcast.
I don't know why.
Everybody, welcome, Brian.
I don't know. Hey, you tried to FaceTime me? But you FaceTime me. I gotta call.
Did. No, you did.
I got a missed FaceTime from Brian St. Germain. Okay. You needed to talk to me about? Yeah. We're recording right now. What time am I bowling crawfish Saturday? I'm probably going to have to move it to 5 o'clock. It'd be like around dinner time. And I haven't told Mom yet, and she's working, so. Okay. I mean, if you can't come, you can't come. That's fine.
More for me.
I'm just letting you know. If you got shit to do, then you got shit to do. That's. All right. Sounds good. All right. Love you too. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian St. Germain. All right. Yes.
We need to put a clapping.
I think there is. Hold on.
Is there one?
Yeah.
Hit him with it.
Yeah. Brian St. Germain, everybody.
Okay.
All right.
That lasted far too long.
You did. Yes. Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about before Dad rudely interrupted us?
I said game 2, 7 strikeouts, 7 walks. 3 of those 7 walks scored.
Mm.
And it could be 4 because one of the walks, he got out at second on a double play that we didn't get the out at first base. It was a fielder's choice, and that guy scored on a homer. So could be 4, and there's a difference in your game, those 4 runs.
I mean, every run was technically earned. It's 11 runs scored, 11 earned.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how accurate is that? I would say pretty accurate. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. We said it, and we'll kind of attest to it. We will not question Jay Johnson this year. We said that at the beginning of the season. Will not happen. But bullpen decisions this past weekend were a tad bit questionable, and we kind of caught ourselves doing so. I didn't like it, but again, I'm not a national championship coach.
Right.
We came in second place in the fucking 10-year-old World Series. That's you won a 14-year-old World Series with your team.
I did.
Yeah, I don't even know if
I have one as a player and one as a coach.
I don't even know if I read at an 8th grade level. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not one.
I had a coworker today. He said, "Jace, how good's your math?" I said, below average. I mean,
dude, I would 100% went. It's about 60%, so it's it's below average for sure. Just to go ahead and show him how bad your math is.
Let's go. Let's turn the page before we get sad again. Let's talk game 1. Cade Anderson was absolutely fucking dominant.
And before we get sad again.
Yeah.
But look, okay.
We are going to talk game 3.
Okay, so what did I say? I said if Cade Anderson can go 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I think I might have just said 7. And then you let 1 or 2 guys pitch, depending on what happens. I said we win this game.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Cade went 6, 7 hits allowed, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts.
No walks.
No walks.
No hit by pitches.
That is the best stat of all right there. No walks, no hit by pitches. And then you got Zach Cohen coming in with a 3-inning save on the game. I don't understand how it's a save.
because he threw 3. So there's a couple ways you can get a save, right? Within 3 runs in
Right.
the ninth,
Correct.
or throwing 3 innings,
Interesting.
7th, 8th, 9th.
So 2 innings
Would not have been a
up,
save.
2 innings up 4.
He wouldn't have got a save.
Got it. 2
Yeah.
innings up 3.
Yeah, he would have got a save.
2 innings up 4 in the ninth, allows 1 run, then gets 3 outs. Save?
I don't know, bud. It's too technical here. I'm not
just
a scorekeeper.
It's obviously fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're asking a question you don't know either.
hey,
So
look,
it's fine.
but look, check this out though. Cohen also no walks.
Only
no
one
walks.
hit.
Was it 1 hit?
1 hit allowed, 3 innings.
Oh, I thought you meant okay. So also no hit by pitches.
Yeah.
Right. Trash can's back over here.
Oh, I was just filling up the. You need one?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. I know you know. Sometimes we get a little iffy here.
Yeah. Well, you just drink fast.
I do. Yeah.
It's also a Monday, so we need to learn.
Monday fun day, right?
No, it's not how that goes.
That's how it goes for me.
I don't understand why it's Sunday fun day, because Sunday is the day where most people fucking recover.
Yeah.
It's the real alcoholics that drink on Sunday. That's not good. Also, with that being said, I drank quite a bit yesterday. So,
Oh boy.
yeah, buddy ball crawfish. And for those of you know, look, South Louisiana crawfish is a what's that word for like fancy? A delicacy? Yes, a delicacy.
Wow.
Yes.
Great word.
Big word.
That is awesome.
This show is brought to you by the word of the day. The word of the day is delicacy. Don't know the definition, just know it means fancy shit. Right? Now, crawfish also come from a mud hole in a ground. So don't necessarily know how it's fancy, but hey, some good shit. We're actually bowling this weekend. That's what Dad was calling me about, obviously. If you couldn't hear him, I had the volume turned down a little bit. But anyway. So
fun fact, Michigan just discovered crayfish in 2017, by the way.
I got a picture. I was in Virginia. Yes. No. It was like Lake Tahoe area. So Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
We were riding around and we stopped and we were on this little, like the beach or whatever, but it was just fucking rocks and water's coming up or whatever. And I look on the ground and I saw a fucking crawfish and it was, yay big.
And you felt like you were home.
Very small. And the people that were with me were like, ew, what are you doing? I was like, ew. So what the fuck is wrong with y'all? They were like, what is that? I was like, this is fucking fine dining in Louisiana. This
is what we live on.
Yes. This is insane. This is really good. We had one guy from Texas there and he was like, oh yeah, that's a crawfish.
Yeah. They specifically spell it CRAY fish. Crayfish.
Yes. It's
weirdos. Anyway,
weirdos.
Game 1. Yeah, look, everything seemed to go right in Game 1, right? Cade Anderson was not blinded by the bright lights.
No, he's been there, done that. He knows what's going on.
Did you see his interview on Saturday? And they were like, you seem unfazed. And he goes, well, I get the opportunity to pitch on a Friday night in Alex Box.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. It was kind of a little slap in the face to Texas.
He said 7,000 is really nothing.
Yeah, he says 7,000 is really nothing. We play in Alex Box. Like,
yeah.
We pack 10,000 in there easily.
Yeah.
So
we've led the country in attendance for like 7 years in a row. And we currently do it again this year.
That is true. That's crazy to even think about too.
And we do, dude, I saw before the Missouri series, we were up to like 101,000 fans on the year. And the second team behind us was like 78, 79,000. Like, so it's not close.
I just don't understand why because Texas could get the attendance numbers. They could, but they'd have to add seating.
Yeah.
Right? We got those bleachers in right and left field. If we added all the way around, dude, game over.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nobody's going to catch LSU for any time soon.
No, but you got the batter's eye in center. But if they at least added to
the thing
about it
though is that did you see the Texas, like, where the baseball field is at? Like, people are in a parking garage on the top floor watching the game from the parking garage, not paying to get in.
I
So
still want to go to
they
North
really
Carolina.
they really don't have room to build a new stadium. So they're just kind of stuck with what they got,
Yeah.
unless they do a little bit of remodeling.
Or demolish it and build again.
Yeah, and push it back a little bit and add something in the outfield, get
Yeah.
away from the parking garage. But yeah. Anyway,
So Champion Square, right there behind the home plate entrance, like towards the road, isn't that where the old Alex Box used to be? Where the home plate is? Isn't that the old Alex Box home plate? So you know how? So in the middle of Champion Square, right outside the gate, in behind home plate, the home plate gate, the golden, what they call it? It's like the gold seat gate. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought they built behind old Alex Box.
Behind it,
So like the old
the
Alex
hayfield.
the old Alex Box would have been left center.
Left center, like where home plate is.
Yeah, is where home plate would have been, is like old left center.
I don't remember.
Or new left center, I mean.
The issue is I don't remember going to the old Alex Box.
Yeah, I thought Alex Box was here and they built behind it.
Okay.
So like you'd have to hit a home run to land on the old Alex Box. Is what I thought. I could be wrong.
I don't know, but I
was
thought so.
going to those games.
I'm about to say in Champion Square, if you look, there's a home plate directly in the middle, and I thought that was where, like, the reason they put Champion Square right there is because the home plate is directly in the center, and
Let's see
that's
if Google knows. Old
Alex Box Stadium.
Box versus new Alex Box.
If we can get a layover,
Yes, indeed.
that'd be nice. But I could have swore that where that home plate is, that's where the old Alex Box home plate was. Now it goes into the road. I mean, that's one thing I don't think. That's a reason why I don't think that that's the case. But I thought that's what it was.
Yeah. Let's see if they got images.
Where's my damn calculator? Here we go. I'm gonna do some math real quick.
What do you think? What are you trying to figure out?
Our team average for this game one. While you do that, 351. We had 351 as a team on Friday.
Really?
Yep. 351. We were 13 for 37. And I mean, you had Curiel with 2 hits, Jared Jones with 2 hits, Dickinson with 1 hit, Fry with a hit, Milan with a hit, Pearson with a hit, Luis Hernandez with a fucking donkey shot. This sumbitch hit one. I mean, it looked ugly as shit.
Yeah, pulled the hands in and everything.
Hands in, all that shit. And somebody was telling me, they're like, yeah, that's his swing looked kind of weird. Like, I was like, yeah, he did that with all arms, like no power whatsoever, and just muscle fuck that thing. Dude, and
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, no, seriously, like that's what happened. Braswell had a hit, Stanfield had a hit. So
there was only one guy without a hit.
Jake Brown.
Correct.
Oh, there's 2 more. Cade Anderson and Zach Cohen. They didn't get a hit. But that's fine. They didn't get in that bat, so it didn't work. It didn't matter.
Yes, they built behind.
So
you'd have to hit a home run to left field to land essentially on home plate of old Alex Box.
Okay.
Maybe not that far, but it's behind.
Yeah. So like where Jared Jones hits him on the scoreboard, if the scoreboard wasn't in there.
It's like first base, home plate area.
Got it.
Old.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Got you. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Now that I'm stupid. Now, see, look, here's what I don't like. And I mean, it's going to happen, right? In Friday's game, we struck out 11 times as a team. Right?
Yep.
Curiel struck out twice. Jared Jones struck out twice. Dickinson once. Jake Brown twice, but he pinch hit for Fry. Milan once. Pearson once. Braswell once. Stanfield once. Right? There's 2 people that didn't strike out, and it's Hernandez and Ethan Fry got pulled. He got 2 at bats.
Yeah.
Now, why he got pulled? I think it's because they put a righty in.
Yep.
But he was the only pinch hitter in that game, and it was for the DH. So I don't understand it. Yesterday's game, I really didn't understand the whole concept. We did leave 13 on base.
Yeah.
I didn't see what we left on base for the weekend. Did you have that?
For the weekend,
I can look at it.
25 on base for the weekend.
Damn, so 13 Friday, and we still put up 8.
Yeah. 6 Saturday, 6 on Sunday.
See, that ain't bad, but we just didn't fucking. I mean, Saturday we really capitalized. I mean, you scored.
We hit.
You scored 7 runs on Texas. I mean, that's pretty damn good. It's just you can't allow 11.
Yeah.
Right. Now the 6 on base for Sunday's game, we just didn't get on base.
The staff is too good with the guys that you had Saturday to allow 11 runs.
Yeah.
Because you had everybody except Zach. That's it. And Cade, obviously.
Yeah.
But you had everybody. And that's the mind-blowing part about the loss Saturday was that we went to a guy in Connor Ware that is he a starter? Is he a reliever? Is he the midweek guy? Is he not? Is he here? Is he there? Like he's such he reminds me so much of Ianson because he's either here on top of the world. We saw him versus DBU look like fucking Randy Johnson out there, and then we saw him on the weekend look like he's never pitched before.
Yeah,
and it's just one of those things where again you had all the momentum, right? You're up 5-2 at this point. Kaysen could have been your guy on Saturday where he shut down the momentum. He gives you 2 or 3, gets you to the 8th, and then you go with Newt or Benj or those guys. And then you go into Sunday, which we can go ahead and dive into the Sunday game now, where Shores didn't get 3 2/3 last weekend. And this weekend pretty much does the exact same thing, has an awful outing. His pitch count ran up very high, very early. He made it through the 4th. Came back out in the 5th, didn't get an out. They took him out for Kaysen Evans, where Kaysen threw 3 2/3, which was extremely odd to me. I mean, we had touched on it already. He comes in, we're down 5-0.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Why?
Save him.
I get you want to get him some pitches. You should have done that Saturday.
You save him if we come back, and if we don't, he throws a bullpen that day.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You should have put him in Saturday. You should have put him in while you were ahead. He threw 3 2/3. He could have easily thrown 3.
Yep. And that would have got you to the 9th.
Yeah.
Where you could have had Rizzy, Newt, Schmidt, Ware, Bench. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on.
Here's a thought too. Make him your Friday guy after Cade Anderson. And then you got Cohen available for Saturday and Sunday.
Well, see, and that's the other thing with Zach Cohen coming in. You're up 8-0 or 8-2. Take him out.
Or throw Rizzy right there.
Yeah.
Which is what we've been seeing. We've been seeing Rizzy then Kaysen Evans.
Take him out for Schmidt up 8-2 in the 8th.
Look,
when Cohen's at 22 pitches, you pull him, he's still fresh enough for Saturday.
Yeah.
And now you have everybody for Saturday.
Now,
that's another thing. Look, in Jay we trust. All these people, look, I see some people out there tweeting and commenting saying, oh, good. Well, Jay gets thrown out Sunday late in the 8th inning, right? And
yeah,
I think it was AYS Sports put out there, Jay Johnson gets thrown out. Somebody commented, an LSU baseball fan commented, good, I hope he never comes back. Like, bro, come on, dog. Do you understand? This is the best or the second best coach in all of college baseball. The other one wears orange and is in Tennessee. Make your case for those 2 guys, but that is the 2 best head coaches in college baseball. Yeah. Okay. No, we're not saying good. We hope we don't come back. That's such horseshit. And I don't know if it was sarcastic. It could have been. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. Regardless, we're not here to question Jay. He brought us a national championship year 2 that he was here. Like, this is Jay fucking Johnson we're talking about.
Yeah.
And the reason he got thrown out, should have got his 2 minutes worth with the home plate umpire because that pitch was right down the middle. The dude did pull back. I don't know why he ever argued with the first base umpire,
I
but
don't
it
know.
is what it is.
I think he was just pissed off, tired, trying to fire the guys up. That could have been it.
It was
But
too
it's
late.
too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
I saw an interview one time. Gosh, I can't remember who it
Well,
was.
so okay,
Maybe it was
so
Lou Piniella or something that was like known for getting thrown out of games. Like, when do you get thrown out of games? He goes 4th through 6th inning. That's it.
Yeah.
He said anything earlier than that is too early. Anything later than that's too late. He said 4th through to 6th. That's when you got to do it.
I'm wondering all
It
right.
might not have been Lou. I don't remember.
Well, no. So we saw today, or you sent me a text today that said, where is it? It's the Alabama head coach.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull it up. So the SEC will be suspending Alabama head coach Rob Vaughn. And as soon as I read this, I said, oh my God. Alabama just likes to gamble, I guess.
Yeah.
He bet on something. But then I keep reading. It says, for 4 games following his outburst against umpire Kevin Sweeney in Saturday's game against Tennessee. Furthermore, Vaughn will be fined $25,000 and will be required to write an apology letter to Sweeney and Tony V. If I am Rob Vaughn, the Alabama head coach, the apology letter I'm writing is, to whom this may concern. First of all, I apologize. And then I'm pulling a Conor McGregor and I'm going to absolutely nobody. Because this is fucking bullshit.
There's no way that this is true, though.
But okay.
This
so
can't be true.
This is posted by Richard G. West, RGW_news. I don't know if it is true or not. I would assume it is because you said you couldn't find anything otherwise.
I'm here currently looking, and according to Athon Sports, whoever the fuck this is, they are also concurring that he will be suspended and fined. I don't see anything about an apology letter.
Did you looked at it on Twitter only, or did you Google it?
I did Google it too, but I'm just seeing. But that was, what time did I send that to you?
Oh shit,
1:48. I sent that to you. So, okay, so we're right at 5 hours now. But 5 hours ago, this Athon Sports put out that it's confirmed that he's at least fined. I don't see in this article that he's got to write an apology or anything, but he is fined.
I'm wondering if Sankey had a meeting with all the coaches this year and said, this is what will happen if you get this or do that.
That damn Diesel.
I'm telling you.
It has been an in and out with Diesel since I got here at 4:45. I have let him in here 36 times. I've let him out 35. Yeah. Or no, that'd be reversed.
Well, see,
but
if you would like me to sit next to the door, I just got an email. So.
Come on, dummy.
Come on, Bill. All
right, y'all. Yeah, hey, you got to figure it out, bud. Do you want to be in here or not?
D.
Huh? Do you want to be in here or not?
Diesel, come here.
But Dad, I was getting pet.
Come here.
All right. Hopefully, D wants to just stay up in here with us.
Everybody,
Diesel.
This is Diesel. I don't know if you can see. Can you see?
Oh, I'm sure they can see. He don't like being the center of attention, but he sure does like to whine.
No, he's a butthole. He really is.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell if this is true. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is not true because if it is, this is absolutely absurd. And yes, he did go absolutely crazy on the umpires, but he went crazy on the umpires for like 15 seconds. Like, I
didn't see it.
Dude, it was, it's really not that big a deal.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's not that big a deal. You got a coach that's frustrated, right? You got number 12 Alabama playing at home versus number 1 Tennessee. You done lost the first 2. You're down 9, or you get ejected in this 9-2 loss. Like, it's frustration. You're trying to do something to prove your team you got their back. I didn't even see the whole play where he got ejected. I just saw the outburst. But this is as what's his name would say, this is a nothing burger to me here.
What game was this in?
Game 3 Saturday.
The rubber match.
Yeah,
That one.
yeah.
I was just looking.
It was pretty late in the game.
I hadn't seen it, and I would assume it's going to be on these highlights. But speaking of this Alabama Tennessee, I mean, I don't know. Are we done with LSU?
We hadn't even really talked game 3, but yeah, we can be
Game
done.
3, we lost 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Chase Shores. Look, Chase Shores, you're so good. Okay,
You can be.
you're so good.
You can be.
You got 99. You got a 95 mile an hour sinker, and you got an 89 to 92 mile an hour slider. But just like everything that I've said, I want to read this thing. I bookmarked it actually on our Twitter page just so I can read this out loud because it makes the absolute most perfect sense that there is. Well, I thought I bookmarked it. I guess I didn't bookmark it. All right, let me go to my likes and stuff real quick. I'll find it. Hang tight.
This is the third inning.
Okay, so third inning.
Okay, so what happened? So
Hunter
Tennessee
Inslee hits a
lost.
homer.
Tennessee lost a home run.
All right, we're 1 out, 61 pitches. Oh, did Hunter Inslee just say something to the
No, see, it's
to the dugout?
That ball never touched the ground. Oh wait, it did.
It definitely touched the ground.
It did.
Yeah,
it did touch the ground. It did touch the ground. All right, so he called it a foul ball.
65 pitches, 1-2 count, 1 out. All right, so that's the argument.
So the argument was basically, you fucking suck. It's fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
but you can't argue that.
You called him a fucking pussy.
And then said
He
that's
said he's fucking dog.
shit.
I thought he said dog shit.
Maybe he said dog shit. But that's it. I mean, that's nothing.
Well, this is a highlight reel. So they didn't show the entire thing. I don't know if he got his 2 minutes or he went 5.
That's what I saw.
That's
that.
all you saw?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that Tennessee can hit fucking home runs.
So yeah, they fucking read. All right, so back to Chase Shores.
Okay.
We got to find an out pitch. Okay. And here's this. Look, this guy says it best, dude. You're going to be shaking the whole time because Bell's scratching on your mic.
Bell. That's enough. I gotta get rid of these dogs. Anybody want some dogs?
But
No, I'm just kidding. I will never.
This guy says it best right here. His name's Chris Demouy. C Demouy on Twitter here.
Okay.
DEMOUY, Demouy. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
He says, in my opinion, Shores creates zero angle. He needs to move to the middle or third base side of the rubber. He throws 95 to 99, but doesn't get a lot of swing and miss. He leaves little room for his slider. It's either on the outside corner to a righty or misses due to lack of angle and mound setup. And he's not wrong, right? His slider was missing to a righty way out all game long. I texted you that.
Yeah.
It's like his slider is missing in the same spot. Every single time he throws it, there's no adjustment that was made. In my opinion, and I sent this to you, Chase Shores needs a fourth pitch, whether it's a changeup, whether it's a curveball. He needs something that's not 89 to 99. He needs an absolute soft 12 to 6, 75, 76 mile an hour hook piece, or just a circle changeup that's 82 that's just falls down.
I wish Wes Johnson was still here.
But
I really do, because he could go ahead and go, hey, throw a splinker here.
Yeah.
Figure it out, you know? Yeah. Let Skeens come show him a pitch or two, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let Skeens show him how to fucking throw left-handed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it'd be insane if he did develop. He's going to have to. He can't be a 3-pitch guy unless he's in a bullpen.
Which was my take all year. He should have been the closer. That's been my take all off season. And let him come out for one inning. He's probably touching 102 in that one inning. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. He's probably touching 102.
Yeah, and then maybe develop him to start next year. If he comes
Dude,
back,
Speaking of
he's
starting
a
next year,
red shirt sophomore.
Yeah, but he's draftable. He's draftable.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. He's a
And he's
3-year. He's a 3-year sophomore right now.
In the SEC, he's the 10th overall prospect in the SEC, not nationally. SEC.
Really?
Yeah. Cade Anderson's 9. Chase Shores is 10 of draftable players this year.
I don't see it. But...
Yeah, me either. Speaking of getting ready for next year to start, did you hear the announcers when Case and Evan came in on Sunday talking about he's throwing 69 pitches, going 3 2/3 because they're going to set him up to be the Friday guy next year? You better go get a hell of a bullpen piece if that's going to be your Friday night starter.
Well,
I don't disagree.
So here's
that's
my
your most
thing.
reliable
So here's my
arm
thing.
in the bullpen.
Here's my thing. Do you give Gavin Guidry a medical red shirt this year and just say, fuck it, Gavin Guidry's done with. He's not coming. He's not pitching.
Where is Gavin Guidry?
Do you give him a medical red shirt this year? Call it a day. I'm very shocked you're not throwing in beer cans in the trash can.
I told you I'm trying to fill this up first.
Why? I bought a fucking trash can. You made it. You legitimately made it. It's in there.
How about that?
It's not what I wanted. I do want a beer though. It's not what I wanted at all. But it's a hell of a shot.
Beggars can't be choosers, okay?
You were 100% correct.
All right, enough LSU. We're kind of laughing at this now, but enough LSU. Let's go to some upsets.
To the boys. You need to have a better weekend this weekend. You have Mississippi State, okay? They don't have any fucking teeth, all right? Whatever ones they do have, you knock them motherfuckers out. We got to sweep this series to be any sort of relevant. If you go 2-1 against these guys, you may or may not drop one spot, in my opinion. I don't think you will, but I think that there's an argument against it, being that they're not ranked.
Yeah, speaking of relevance,
okay,
you know who is and isn't relevant right now, and they played each other this weekend? That'd be them Georgia Bulldogs and them Florida Gators. All right? Them Georgia Bulldogs look like some absolute fucking dogs. All right? I just want to say this real quick.
They are dogs, Coach.
Georgia and Florida played 3 baseball games this weekend. Florida scored a total of 13 runs. Georgia hit 13 home runs. They hit as many homers as Florida scored in the 3 games.
That stat I did not know.
This Georgia Bulldog team is no joke. It's why they jumped to number 3 in the country, I think, right now. Maybe number 4, whatever they're at. Let me see where they got. They got them at number 3, which is what I thought. Yeah,
so it goes Tennessee, Arkansas, Georgia.
And the Florida team is off to an absolute brutal SEC start. You had number 1 Tennessee come and sweep you. Then you had, at the time, what was Georgia last week going into the week? Number 4.
Yeah.
You had number 4 Georgia coming into the weekend. They come in and sweep you. Florida, you're 0-6. All right. If y'all want any chance to be relevant in the SEC, you better figure it out soon. And you don't have a weak spot coming in the next couple of weeks.
So this could be, and I mean, if it happens, you heard it here first. This could be Kevin O'Sullivan's last year as a head coach anywhere.
Oh no!
No. So I'm saying I think he's a Gator for life, right? So if they decide to let him go, I think he says, you know what, I'm gonna retire. He's had a run.
He has had a run. He's had a good run.
Now, who's to say that fucking, I don't know, South Carolina or Missouri doesn't go, hey, head coach.
Well, not Carolina because they just hired Paul Mainieri.
I know, but who's to say Paul Mainieri goes, you know what? I thought that this shit was for me. I'm done. Or they fucking fire him after 1 year. Yeah. Like who's to say that doesn't happen? And they go, hey, Kevin O, you want to just try to come to a different school and figure it out or what, You
want to improve your legacy by coming to another school and leading us to
a national championship? It's going to take contention. 2-3 years, probably.
Not in the transfer portal world.
Well, it took. I mean, even with the transfer portal world, it took Jay Johnson 2 years. He brought guys with him from Arizona when he left. He
Yeah.
brought Jacob Berry, and it was one other guy, I thought.
Tommy White.
No, Tommy was at NC State.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking Arizona State. Yep.
No, there was a guy. It was Jacob Berry and a guy that was hurt, from what I remember. Or no. Who was the guy that transferred the next year?
Oh, from him. Yeah, he was
From Arizona.
He was a sophomore that year.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
That was 2023.
Yeah, it was 23 season.
Oh my gosh.
2023 LSU roster. I mean, I do not remember. Is there any way to go? Here we go. Wait. 2023 roster. That's what I want.
I know, right? Everything you type in gets pulled up from this year.
Yeah. It wasn't Gavin. It wasn't Ty Floyd. It wasn't Pearson.
Arizona outfielder.
Arizona. It was an outfielder
Mac
for sure.
Bingham.
Yeah, Bingham. That's it.
Max Bingham.
Yep. Because
And ain't seen the field.
barely. He saw it in a couple midweek games and all.
Yeah.
I mean, it just wasn't
For him.
right. So look. Okay, so you go Friday night, right? Or Thursday night. Only 3 games. They got. This is where we're starting the Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. I don't fucking understand it. LSU has one this weekend. We're gonna have to record Wednesday instead of Thursday this week. We're gonna figure it out. All right. So Florida State goes ahead and puts an ass whooping on Miami, 14-1. Number 5, Florida State. All right. Tennessee loses the first game to Alabama. Fucked my parlay up. But I'm not gonna ever criticize, those guys.
Yeah.
Wake Forest, on the other hand, fuck you still. Vanderbilt goes ahead and takes care of business 5-3 with 10 hits in the game against A&M. And this is where it starts for A&M.
They got swept.
A&M gets swept on the weekend. Tennessee comes back game 2 and goes 10-7, allowing 7 runs to Alabama. With that staff that they have. But
Liam Doyle has not been the guy in the SEC play so far.
No,
he's off to a bad start on those first days.
He's a Friday guy, though.
Yeah, on those first days.
Yeah.
So you get to the bullpen early, you don't have those big bullpen pieces.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Alabama out-hit them. They had 12 hits.
Look, Alabama's good.
And Tennessee had 2 errors in that game.
Alabama's number 12 for a reason. Like, they're good.
Top 15. I mean, it's ridiculous. Look, we've already talked to LSU, Texas. Arkansas goes ahead and they get game 1, 12-2 against Palminteri, South Carolina team. Georgia 8-7 gets a win. Miami comes back game 2, and that's an upset game right there. Game 2 was 9-6. They only had 9 hits in a game and 9 runs. Florida State had 6 runs and 12 hits in the game. Oregon State takes care of business. This was a top. I mean, it's almost a top 10 matchup, but number 7, Clemson, plays number 11, Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Which Wake Forest is fuck Wake Forest. Again, they lose 5-1 as they should. Oregon wins. Stanford, number 14, Stanford loses their game 1 in 7 innings to Cal, 13-3.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. And look, we said we got Mississippi State this coming weekend. Mississippi State takes game 1 against Oklahoma. Number 10, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
2-1. Okay, so Mississippi State is not just going to come in there and fucking roll over.
No.
Louisville, number 16, loses 5-4 in game 1. North Carolina, they take care of business against Boston College.
Yep.
5-1. Ole Miss wins. I mean, pretty much you look at all these wins. Auburn, number 20, beats Kentucky by 1 run, 8-7.
In extras, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Oh, that wasn't an extra inning game?
No, that wasn't.
Okay.
But you look at it. Duke beating number 23 Virginia, preseason number 2 Virginia, 9-5.
Time out.
Game 1.
Preseason number 1, preseason number 2. out of the top 25. Number 23, Virginia, didn't just lose to Duke on Friday. They lost to them Saturday. They lost to them Sunday. Preseason number 2, Virginia got swept this weekend by Duke, who started in the top 25. They are currently out. They might find their way. I don't know if they found their way back in. I don't think they did, actually, after winning. But yeah, Friday they beat them 9-5. Saturday they destroy them 13-2. And Sunday they also destroy them 13-6. Preseason number 1, preseason number 2, out of the top 25.
That is incredible. Look, top 25 matchup, number 24 and 25, Coastal Carolina versus Troy.
Yeah.
We should have watched this.
Have you seen the highlights of those games?
I haven't.
Oh my, it's electric.
Really?
It is. Troy was down a few times. They hit like massive homers and like bat tosses and just all kinds of shit.
So they lost.
Incredible.
They lost game 1, 11-3. You know, but this is Saturday. Okay, so yeah. Saturday is the rubber match. Tennessee goes ahead and just puts a straight ass whooping on Alabama and goes 9-2, and just destroys them.
Alabama's coach gets thrown out.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Arkansas goes ahead, game 2, 12-3, done.
Yeah.
Right? That's Georgia. We talk Georgia.
Bruh.
13 home runs. Florida scored 13 runs. Georgia wins this second game 17-2. And it wasn't in 7 innings. It took Georgia put up a 6 spot, I believe, in the 9th. Because it was 11-2 going into the top of the 9th, and Georgia just goes, "Hey, let's just have fun, boys," and goes 6 and just shuts down Florida. Florida State ends up winning the series against Miami. They won the game 3, 10-6, so 2-1 on that one. Oregon State loses to Cal Poly.
Yeah,
7-6 in game 2, and Rutgers beats number 9, Oregon, 8-0.
2-hit.
Yeah.
Rutgers 2-hit Oregon.
Yes. And look, Wake Forest goes ahead and takes game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, this is where conference play gets so just interesting, right?
North Carolina loses to Boston College.
Cal beat Stanford again, 13-4. If I'm not mistaken, they won the first one 13-3.
13-3, yeah.
Okay, so scored 13 runs in back-to-back games. Scored 26 runs in 2 fucking games.
Yeah.
This is insane. Oklahoma goes ahead and takes game 2, but the final score was 13-11. Mississippi State's going to score some fucking runs.
Yeah.
I'm curious if Cam Johnson was pitching in that game.
I can find out.
Okay, I'll keep going. Louisville goes ahead and takes game 2. Dallas Baptist 25-7 against Middle Tennessee, and Boston College beats North Carolina 3-2 in game 2. And look, North Carolina is they're 1-1 going into Sunday, and that's scary against Boston College.
Yeah,
that is scary. Look, Ole Miss puts up 17 against Missouri. They end up winning 17-10. I don't understand all these high scoring games.
Dude, I'm telling you.
There's very few less than 5-run games.
Very few.
Very few. Auburn goes ahead and takes game 2 against Kentucky. What happened to Kentucky? That's what we need to find out. Because Kentucky was a contender last year.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky made Omaha last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I tell you, the fall of some of these teams is absolutely mind-blowing. And I don't know what it is, but the fall of some of these teams, man, it's to be studied. It really is to be studied on why these teams. Wait, who's Cam Johnson with?
Oklahoma.
Okay, and that's who you wanted to see pitch, right?
Yeah. I was saying if he pitched this weekend, really. But look, we talked Vandy beating the fuck out of A&M. They won their game 3, 8-5. Duke in 7 against Virginia on game 2 goes 13-2. Troy 9-8 against Coastal Carolina in their game 2.
Dude, It was
And
electric. I'm telling you, I watched the highlights. It was
that's
electric.
the game 2 has to be the one that's electric. So South Carolina gets swept. All right, Arkansas wins game 3, 11-4. Georgia final in 7 innings. This one 7 innings, 15-4 against Florida. Florida gets swept. Florida's 0-6. They're 18-8 on the season at this point. Oregon State ends up winning the series. Or did Oregon State?
Can't confirm that Cam did not pitch. Last time he pitched was the 18th.
Jesus.
Go ahead, bud. Keep going.
You want to pee?
I am.
All right. Clemson goes ahead and goes 7-6 against Wake Forest in a nail biter. And they end up winning the series. Oregon wins the series against Rutgers. 4-2 was the final score of that game. Oklahoma wins the series against Mississippi State 7-3. That was the final score of that one. Cal ends up, from what I understand, let me look at this again. So Cal won game. Holy shit. Stanford got swept. Stanford got swept 13-13 and 6. So a total of 32 runs were scored against Stanford this weekend, and they lost all 3. Stanford gets swept. Number 14, Stanford gets swept. Oh my goodness. All right, Middle Tennessee beats Dallas Baptist 12-6. Virginia Tech beat. Did you see Stanford got swept?
Yeah.
So Stanford got swept. I'm looking at it right now. Louisville lost the series.
Yes, they did.
Louisville lost their series. North Carolina comes back and throws a one-hitter in 7 innings in game 3. I mean, just destroys Boston College like they should. So they go ahead. They win their series. Southern Miss wins their series. Kentucky wins game 3, throws a 2-hitter, and loses the series, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember Kentucky winning game 1.
Did we talk about Auburn losing?
That's what Kentucky and Auburn.
Yeah, through a 2-hitter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's that Sunday game.
Yeah.
So, but they won the first 2. Auburn did. Correct? Okay, good. Ole Miss took care of business right there, beat the fuck out of Missouri. Duke. Troy won the series against Coastal Carolina. Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
UC Santa Barbara, I think they might have lost their series. Fuck.
They did. They got swept by UC Irvine.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, you look at some of these other scores from the league too. I mean, it's chaos. It's chaos right now. Kansas State, who was ranked at some point, got beat by Baylor in 7 innings, 19-4 on Sunday. Like, it is total chaos and very high scoring games right now. So what does that mean? Does it mean the ball's fucking juiced? What does this mean? What are they going to do next?
Yeah, I don't know what you can do. We've had a juice ball era. We've had a juice bat era. We've had.
I'd just say you
BB
let everybody
court.
take steroids. I don't know.
Well, I don't care about that. That's never bothered me. If people take them, they take them. I could give 2 fucks less.
They take them. So, Coach, do you have a side by side somehow, some way of last week's rankings versus this week's?
I do. Yeah. Yep.
Can you go ahead and give it to us, please?
So, who do you want to know about? The highest jumpers, the lowest fallers.
So, who has dropped out?
Okay, so who dropped out? Florida after getting swept.
Okay.
Obviously. UC Santa Barbara got swept. We just talked about that from 20. So Florida falls out from 13 to out. That's a big drop.
From 13 out? Well, I guess
just by getting swept by number 3 now. Like you would think.
Well, hold on. You got swept in your first 2 series.
Yes, you did. But you're still 18-8. You played number 1 and then you played number 3. I mean, there's got to be some kind of leeway here. We'll get to some leeway here when we talk about
at least number 20.
Too, but
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd keep them in the top 25. Is Florida better than Georgia Tech? My opinion, yeah. Florida better than UC Irvine? Probably.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, that's not the question.
They proved they're better than Florida State.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. UC Santa Barbara drops from 21 to out after going 0-3. They got swept, as you said. Virginia, we talked about that earlier. Preseason number 2, they were 23. They even lost their midweek. They got swept the whole week, 0-4. Virginia's out. They're 12-10 on the year. Like
that's
they're
not
done.
good.
Coastal Carolina went 2-2 on the week. They were at 24, so essentially dropped 2 spots and out of the top 25. They're not in anymore.
Right.
Making their entrance into the top 25. We are welcoming back. Who are we welcoming back? Somebody was up in here earlier. I think it was Arizona. Is Arizona?
I think Arizona might have started the year.
Arizona is back into the top 25 after being not ranked last year. They went 3-1. They're at 23. UCLA, Georgia Tech, and UC Irvine all jump into the top 25. UC Irvine, the highest jumper to 19. Wow, can't read.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior. UCLA jumps to 24. Georgia Tech enters at number 25. They went 4-0 on the week. They are 20-4 on the season. Your biggest movers. Let's see. Who's the biggest movers? It looks like the biggest mover of the weekend is Auburn. That's moved up at least. Biggest up mover of the weekend is Auburn. Was at number 20. They go 3-1 on the week. I know we've talked about the games that they played already. They're currently sitting at number 11. So Auburn jumps 9 spots.
Damn.
To number 11. That is
what did Bama jump last week? Wasn't it also 9 spots or something like that?
I'm not sure about last week. I got this one.
No, I know. But Bama jumped a lot. Bama was like the
I don't know if it was 9, but yeah,
it was a lot. It was like 7 or something. I think they were the biggest mover of that week.
So now we get into the rankings, right?
Right.
And this is where we have our issues.
Okay.
Of teams to go 2-2, I'm just going to throw them out there.
Keep talking. I'm pulling them up, so I'm with you.
Yeah, of teams to go 2-2, okay, which is what our LSU Tigers did, 2-2 on the week. Tennessee, Florida State, Texas, LSU, Alabama, DBU, Louisville, North Carolina. That's 8 teams in the top 25, in the current top 25. So new week, current top 25 that went 2-2. 8 teams went 2-2. Coach, you want to take a guess on who had the biggest drop of those 8 teams?
LSU.
LSU.
Oh, damn, I'm good. I should go buy a lottery ticket.
Guess what didn't happen to certain teams? Tennessee's still number 1, and they lost a midweek to an unranked team that we covered.
Sadly, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either. Me and you have sat here. We've said Tennessee's the best team in the country.
They're still the best team in the country.
But point being, you didn't move after losing a midweek game to 1-1, right?
Yeah.
To stay in at number 1. Florida State loses a midweek game and moves up 1 spot in the rankings. Goes up. Don't stay the same. Don't drop. Goes up.
Yeah.
Texas, yes, you did what you did to the number 2 team in the country at the time. Got it. You also lost a midweek. You move up only 1 spot, which is insane to me. I thought Texas would definitely be in the top 5, but they went from 8 to 7.
Yeah, I didn't 100% get that.
Yeah.
You know?
Alabama goes 2-2 on the week. No drop. Number 12 entering the week. They're number 12 again. DBU, Louisville goes 2-2, and they both drop only 2 spots. And then we get to our Tigers, who goes 2-2 on the road against number 8 at the time. And you only lose 2. And it's not like you got blown out, right? You didn't get destroyed. These games were close. You had the lead in the Saturday game. You never led in the Sunday game. But you had the lead in the Saturday game. And you dropped 6 spots. And if you read why, according to D1 Baseball, now if you look at other rankings, other rankings have us at number 5, which is where I think we should actually be. I sent you where I thought we would be according to D1. Turns out I was right.
Right.
Where we are. But the reasoning behind this, here's the only reasoning behind this, Coach. And I quote D1baseball.com. LSU falls 6 spots from number 2 to number 8 after losing the road series at Texas. A harsh penalty for dropping a tough road series, but the 6 teams behind the Tigers all won their weekends. And the head-to-head result against the Longhorns forced the Tigers to drop below them. I'm fine with LSU dropping below Texas.
Yeah.
But Texas should be in the top 5. And just because you won your weekend, there should be a penalty for losing a midweek versus a nobody. If you're going to penalize a team for going on the road for the second time this year, you have to penalize a team for losing a whole midweek game. And that's where I have the issue with this. And again, I'm not sitting here saying Tennessee don't deserve to be number 1. They're the best team in the country, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, in my opinion. Georgia right now, make a case for them. I understand, Georgia fans. Okay? Not debating it. I'm not going to argue with you either. But there has to be a penalty for losing midweeks. You can't win every weekend, lose your midweeks, and still be considered the best team in the country. You just can't. We saw it with LSU for far too many years. And I don't know, not only did they lose midweek, Tennessee lost game 1. It was back-to-back games that they lost. Had you come out and you won Thursday night and you won Friday night and you lost Saturday night and you went 2-2 on the weekend, okay, sure, still be number 1, fine. But Georgia just demolished Florida. Like, if Georgia would have been number 1, I would have been fine with that. You know? I don't know. It's just one of those things. This feels iffy to me. All these teams go 2-2, and you got no drop once, no drop a second time, up 1 spot, down 2, and then you get to LSU and it's down 6. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And look, I don't care. I think at the end of this, LSU is going to be a top 5 team. We'll host a regional. We'll host a super because we'll get to it. We'll be in the College World. We'll be in Omaha.
Yeah.
College World Series game. We'll see. Hopefully, but we'll see. I think at the end of this, Texas won't even be hosting a regional. They'll be in a regional, but they won't be hosting it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care that we dropped to 8. Right? That don't bother me right now. We're weekend 2 of 10 in SEC play. I don't give a fuck that we're at 8. Fine, whatever. But D1 baseball, which is what everybody goes by, all the rankings, ESPN, everybody else, if you're going to drop a team losing a tough road series to the number 8 team at the time, you have to start dropping teams for losing midweeks. There has to be a penalty for losing midweeks. That's the only case I got. And to drop 6 spots just because other teams won their weekend series but lost midweeks, I don't agree. I highly disagree.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the rankings, but I really don't disagree because at this point, fuck yeah,
boom, no beers on the wall.
Not that I can see, but I don't necessarily disagree with them. Because at this point in the season, I don't think they matter.
They don't.
They only matter when it gets to, I'd say, your last 2 series, right? Like when it starts mattering is whenever you have a chance to either host a regional or host a super. If you're in the top 8, you host a super. If you win your regional, you're in top 16, you host a regional. You want to be, in my opinion, I think you want to be closer from 5 to 8. I think that's a sweet spot. You go 5 to 8, and you still host a super, but you don't play number fucking 1, right? Or no, I mean you want to be number 1, but
yeah, you would just want to be number 1.
Yeah, but I'm saying your easier route is going to be. Fuck. I retract my statement. You want to be 1 through 4. You really do. I
Judgment
think,
is hard on this show, just like words. It's fine.
yeah, I was thinking the other way around somehow, some way.
It's fine, bud. You're
But no,
doing great.
you want to be top four,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Man, it's it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow. Us losing
Yeah.
this series.
It sucks.
At least we got one.
Yeah.
If we would have got swept, we'd 100% been like 15.
I think I would have canceled this episode.
I don't think I would have canceled
No, I
it.
wouldn't have canceled it. I have too much fun doing this with you.
Well,
Talking ball.
I definitely would have drank more, for sure.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, are we done, Coach?
I'm done. I don't have nothing else.
I think I'm good too.
All right, cool.
Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and close this out. So, yeah, look, the boys took a tough loss. It's weekend 2. We'll be fine. LSU fans, if you're calling for Jay Johnson's head, stop. You're an idiot. Okay? You're stupid. You're stupid. I hate to tell you. Actually, I don't hate to tell you. I'll tell you to your face, you're stupid. All right? It's dumb. Don't make any sense. So stop doing it. Don't do it. It's fine. It's weekend 2. Remember. Secondly, we're going to come back up in here Wednesday is what we have determined, I'm pretty sure, because we have a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, which we both hate.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go walk 18 tomorrow at 10.
Solid. Nice.
I don't know if you want to. Well, no, you got plans.
I'll be at work. And we're going to eat dinner.
Well, no, but I was like, you made me on the back 9 last time, but I remember you said you were going to eat dinner.
Yeah. Next episode, tune in. We will preview the weekend, and myself and Coach Rob will also give MLB preseason picks. MLB opening day is Thursday, the actual opening day for all teams. Thursday, as you know, we had Tokyo series already. Dodgers went 2-0, blah, 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 whatever. We'll give our preseason picks, MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Division winners. All these things, we'll talk about it in depth after covering LSU and the weekend versus Mississippi State. Can't wait to get into that with Coach Rob. We did it last year. He beat me. He was writing more picks than I was. So congratulations to him.
Which I don't fucking know how, but
hopefully, well, mostly because my home run leader that I picked got optioned AAA, and my Rookie of the Year pick that I picked got suspended
for PEDs.
For PEDs. So
although if he wouldn't have got caught, he probably would have won it because PEDs, they help.
So there's that. But it's fine. It is what it is. There's always this year, right, everyone? That's how we seem to bet, right? There's always tomorrow.
Yes, sure.
But anyway, the boys will be back in a couple days. So tune in to those. We appreciate everybody who listens, everybody that downloads, everybody that keeps liking, following, subscribing. We continue to get more subscribers, so that's really awesome to see on the YouTube page. Glad this is starting to pick up some steam with people. What are we, 123 episodes in, I think?
Yeah, something
so
like that.
It's a lot of fun.
The first 99 are on
Spotify and
Apple,
everything, not on YouTube.
We started episode 100 on YouTube.
We did.
Yep. So
episode 100.
If you're confused and you're like, God damn, these guys, they're fucking stupid.
No, go find us. We started 2 World Series ago, so not this past one, but the one before.
With a Tejas Rangers one.
That's right. So we're excited. It's going to be a fun week. Tigers are back at home. Maybe we catch a game later on. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm Coach Jace. That's Coach Rob, and we are Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.